I love my selfie, and it gets so much better. Shane Dawson, Daniel Howell and Tomska are influencers. Hey, I'm your local theatre kid, and it's going to be gameplay commentary because my dad died the day before uploading the last video, and I don't really want my face on camera, you know? You have to put up with my sick truck driving. So what is influence? Influence is the capacity to have effect on character development or behaviour of someone or something or the effect itself. Influence is power.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Children are the main demographic of influencers, kids are easier to influence. Let's start with Daniel Howell, formerly known as Dan is Not on Fire. He is one of the good influencers. He has talked openly about mental health, living your truth, and coming out. This has helped his audience in many ways. Phil Lester, or AmazingPhil, has made many tags, trends, and apps. Dan and Phil have gotten people through their darkest days, including myself. If it weren't for them, I probably wouldn't be here. So thank you, Dan and Phil. Shane Dawson has raised awareness for Black Lives Matter through his Instagram and has also helped people in their darkest hours. Before 2020, what was your opinion on Shane Dawson?
I knew of his blackface scandal and of what I knew he'd apologized. I have been a supporter of Shane for about 5 years now, and Shane's videos and docuseries really helped me through some really bad times. He gave me hope that maybe things do get better and it's going to be okay.
Tomska is a funny guy who, again, has helped people out of their darkest times, talked about his darkest times, and sold Pride merch with reference to his Aztec movie series. That's a good influence they have in their audience. There's probably more, but I want this video to be entertaining, and I want you guys to watch it. Now, it's the bad influence. Dan and Phil both made videos where they acted as if they're another nationality, Phil being American and Dan being Mexican. They acted with stereotypes, and we all know that doesn't go well.
I'm going to apologize for a lot of things that I've done or said in this video.
Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
However, Phil's was taken more lightly than Dan's. They deleted the video, but with cancel culture being a rise at the moment for obvious reasons, these videos were dug up. Dan and Phil are mysterious and silent at the best of times, but when it comes to past actions, you've got to take accountability and apologise. This isn't the time Mexican fans have gotten mad at Dan and Phil. When advertising for their world tour Interactive Interest, they said they'd go places they'd never been before on their tours, like Mexico. Later on, it turned out they couldn't go to Mexico, and understandably Mexican fans were upset and betrayed at the false promise of advertising. So Dan and Phil, take accountability and apologise. They will accept your apology, but it's better to talk about your mistakes than bury them in a hole that goes to the core of the earth. Tomska said the f-slur and stereotype of a black person. He apologised without it being brought up to cancel him, which is the best type of apology in my opinion. If I'm calling out someone for saying the f-slur, I've got to call myself up. In my coming up video, I said the f-slur and I'm very, very sorry. I was confused about who could say it, but again, I'm sorry. Nevertheless, he did influence his young audience to think what he did was correct. This is shown with homophobic and racist comments on his apology.
And then there is probably an alarmingly large chunk of people who, like me at the time, are just thinking, I don't get it, it's just memes, it's just banter, why are we even bringing this up? And that's kind of the issue.
I can't find it, but one says everyone is sensitive nowadays. About that, we're not more sensitive. We now have a voice to express our feelings. Most of the people saying everyone is sensitive nowadays are boomers, but in reality it's their fault for giving us platforms to voice our opinions. And, you know, expressing our opinions doesn't get us beaten up and killed as much these days. So why don't the majority of people support him? He sexualized minors, Dan and Phil, and so many more. Jokes or not, that's weird.
Pedophilia isn't funny.
He did blackface and said the N-word like it was a quirky word. He was homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic and racist. All of this seen in his film Not Cool. He is quite problematic.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to anybody that saw that and that also saw that people were lifting me up. and we're saying, "You're so funny, Shane. Oh my God, you're so funny." Like, I can't even put myself in that head. I can't even imagine what it would be like to be black and to see this white guy do blackface, and the whole internet at that time being like, LOL. That's insane. And I am so sorry. I don't know how to even fully apologize, because it seems like something that is irredeemable, or I don't know the right word, but it's something that I shouldn't even be able to get out of. I should lose everything for that.
After watching D'Angelo Wallace's video about Shane Dawson, an hour long, I went on the Shane Dawson subreddit, and there's a post where this person basically says he normalised child abuse through his jokes, and here's a quote from it. "I got groomed / assaulted all throughout my teen years. All those types of videos and jokes just made it so much easier for me to be okay with it." Recently, American influencers have attended parties and caused an outbreak, so they need to apologise on camera, teach their audience why it is wrong, and isolate themselves so they don't spread their toxicity to anyone else. With Phil bringing up social distancing and wearing a mask, and subtly dragging the American influencers while also teaching and reminding his child audience about COVID-19. Before people gatekeep about whether I'm a fan of Daniel and Tomska, yes, I am. A true friend would tell me if I'm a dick.
Richard Burr, you're a dick. Please stop.
They'd call me out on my wrongdoings and criticise me, so I'm not going to gatekeep myself, but a true fan can criticise the actions of their idol instead of blindly agreeing with everything they do. Influencers need to be careful with their influence because it can lead to death. Literally. If a politician influenced people to be violent and kill, they'd be out of the job straight away. However, YouTubers are self-employed, so it's our job to fire them. Cancelling is basically firing someone from the job. Thank you very, very much for watching. Sorry not sorry that it was delayed. Like the video, subscribe, let's discuss and debate in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll be talking about the practitioner Brecht.
Hello guys, how you doing? It's me, Jack, mate. You've just finished watching probably one of the best videos on YouTube. So why not take a moment to consider subscribing? And if you haven't already, hit the like button and turn the notification bell on. Apparently it helps. I don't know how. It was good to know, wasn't it?